Welcome back to Guitar Basics. I'm Dave Caruso. If you're just joining this video series and you haven't seen the previous videos, what we're trying to do here is use just 4 chords, G, E minor, C, and D, to learn as many songs as possible. And while doing that, go from the very simplest strum to more and more complicated strums, little by little, so it's all manageable and we don't get overwhelmed. That's the goal. Today, we're working on a song called Good by Better Than Ezra. But before we do that, we're going to learn another practice strum. And this strum is 8 notes. You might remember if you had the previous lesson, we were doing muted 8 notes, which meant we were strumming all down strums and muting the strings with the back of our hand. So this heel of our hand right here was going against the strings near the bridge, and we were doing this sound. Like that. Today, we're going to do the most common type of strum you can do, which is down and up, down and up. We've done all down strums up to this point. Now we go down and up. But you generally want to not sound like a machine, like da 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 da. It's more like pada 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 pada. So the pas are the down strums and the does, the light ones, are up. So if you look at the screen, we're showing you some 8 notes there, and we're showing you the strum pattern. And we don't want you to have to remember right now which ones are up and which ones are down. We're just going to do all the downs and all the ups. You might recall if we play quarter notes, we're playing on every beat, and in 4/4 time, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're strumming all of them. Now, when we do 8 notes, we have to do the in-between beats. The in-between beats are ands. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're strumming both up and down. Now, when you strum downward, you want the tip of your pick to point a little bit up. So you're not dragging the strings really hard, like you're not doing that, you're just kind of going. Do it gently for now. You can always adjust that if you're playing some different kind of music that requires it to be harsh. But we also don't want to break strings every time we play. When you're strumming up, the tip of your pick will be pointed a little bit downward. So it's. And you're going to make sure that your wrist is turning just a little bit so that you can get those 2 angles. You can't keep your wrist perfectly stiff. Everything has to kind of flow, like a painting with a paintbrush maybe. Think like small paintbrush strokes. That's the way you might want to do it. Okay, let's do the exercise first, and then we'll do the song afterward. The exercise is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're going to do a G chord for the entire thing, so we don't have to concentrate on chords. We just concentrate on the strumming. Try to make your strumming hard, soft, hard, soft, hard, soft, hard, soft. Not drastic, but just make a difference between your downs and your ups. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great. Now you can do that exercise over and over. You can do it with different chords. And then you can do it with mixed chords. So go from one chord to another. Change on the ones of every measure, or you can even change whenever you want. The idea is to get used to changing these chords quickly, make them clean sounding, and be comfortable. All right, now we're going to put the music up on the screen and practice it with a slow tempo. We're going to play G, then D, then E minor, then C. That repeats over and over and over because the intro, the verse, and the chorus are all exactly the same. You never change chords any differently. It's always those 4, always in that order. So for the intro and the chorus, you're doing an open strum like the one we just practiced. And for the verse, you're going to do a muted strum, all down strums with your heel against the strings. So we're going to do 2 cycles, 2 repeats of that line with open strum for the intro, and then switch to muted for the verse, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we're going to the muted eighth notes. Two more. One more. Now do open ones again for the intro. The next thing you want to do is get your rhythm up to speed. When you get it up to the speed of the original recording, then you can go to my Spotify playlist. My Spotify is Dave Caruso Music, and then you'll find a playlist called Guitar Basics, G, E minor, C, D. And in that playlist, you'll see all the songs in this series in order, in the order that we're learning them, and you can play Better Than Ezra good. When you're doing that, you might want to take notes on a piece of paper as to what the order of the scheme is. The scheme is the order that each section comes in, verse, chorus, etc. Now, the bridge to this song, which is basically a musical break, they change keys. And they change keys by going up a step. You can just put your capo on in a hurry if you wanted to for fun, and put it on the second fret and play the same chords. But the actual chords are A, E, F sharp minor, and D. And that's just a step higher than the key we were playing in. I know we don't know those chords yet. That's what you would play if you knew those chords. If you do know those chords, go ahead and play them. If you don't, you can just sit out on that section, and then when they're done with that little break, you come right back to what you were doing before and do more choruses till the end. Don't forget, when you're doing your metered eighth notes, you only play the two lowest strings that are appropriate for the chord. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please click the like button on the videos and also the subscribe button on the channel. It'd be a big help to me. See you in the next lesson.